Welcome!
I'm Flo.
And I'm Joe, and together we are part of Voices Across Time.
And welcome to St Mary's Church in Adderbury, where you're going to be watching a very special version of our show, but once a year. We've got a little backstage tour prepared for you, so should we go in?
Let's have a look inside.
So, this is our wonderful church. It's a lovely big space. It's got wonderful acoustics.
And I'm sure some of you have been along to a Voices Across Time show before, but just to give you a bit of info about what Voices Across Time is, we write and create musicals based on British history, and they are all about audience participation and joining in. So we'd love you to join in with the singing, with the dancing, and maybe even some costumes and props too.
Now, this year's been a little bit different due to COVID-19, but we haven't let that stop us. We've been producing podcasts and we've written this really special show for you to bring a little bit of festive cheer. But we usually fill out packed audiences. We couldn't have those here with us, but we've been doing a bit of filming. Now, let's show you how that works. The most important section, the filming station, where you can see it is well and truly focused on our stage, which we'll have a look at later. Our sound is operated from here, and we have an absolute tribe of volunteers that are helping us put this together, and we're really thankful for that. My favourite is the costume department, and over on my side here is the props department. We look at history, and we look at a lot of history in this show, so that means a lot of costumes. I'm going to pick out a couple of favourites for you to have a look at and see if you can spot them. We start in the 14th and 15th and 16th century. Here's a gentleman's outfit. This one is actually made by my mother as well, so very special to me. It's incredibly heavy because they were very cold during the winter. And they have to do a bit of dancing in this as well, so it gets quite sweaty when they're doing that. We move then on to an Edwardian gentleman, a little bit neater, a little bit more smart, a little bit more stylish, I'd like to say. Then for the women, we have this lovely tea dance dress, where the dress has got a little bit shorter to be a bit more practical and also a bit more swingy. See if you can spot this one towards the end of Act 1. Finally, my favourite, this white fur coat. I'm not going to tell you who wears this. See if you can spot which character we put this one in. I'll give you a clue. He's a bit frosty. We've got set up here stage lights, which means that all the actors can be seen and they create different effects. Our rood screen here, a beautiful part of the church, is blacked out so we can't see through it, but we wanted to show you through there, so let's go and have a look.
Hey, come and join us in the chancel. So this is where the choir usually sit. We've got the organ and lots of choir stalls, and each individual choir stall has actually got a little engraving. So come over here. This is Heather, our choreographer, who's been putting everybody through their paces. And here we are at the Adderbury Church organ. Now, this week, our cast made an exciting discovery, which you might know already, which is that the term pulling out all the stops comes from the organ, because literally to make a louder sound we pull out a stop, and they all sometimes represent different instruments and also the length of the pipes of the organ depending on how high or low the sounds are. So I'm going to give you a little demo of a Christmas favourite. Hopefully you'll recognise it. That was, of course, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, which is the last carol which is featured in But Once a Year. And luckily, as you watch, the lyrics will be appearing on the screen and you'll be able to sing along. Now, in the show, we've got a few different instruments featured in the band. We've got a cello, a clarinet, a trumpet, a violin and a drummer, as well as a piano on keys. And I would love to show you just a few little snippets of things which are going to feature. First of all, we have a 14th or 15th century wassail, which is where the villagers would go around to all the wealthy people in the village with their wassail bowls, hoping that they'd be filled with lots of delicious things to eat and drink at Christmas time. And we've got a fabulous dance. It's a really rustic, enjoyable folk song. And I'll just give you a little snippet of the dance break, and you might want to prepare some little movements that you might do along. It goes like this. It would not be Christmas without a trumpet descant. And we've got lots of beautiful playing with the Christmas carols and some of the jazzier numbers as well. We also have a suffragette scene. And you might recognise this song as a football anthem. And the chorus is still Glory, Glory, Alleluia. But the words of the verse have been changed to match the suffragette cause. And it goes like this. Excuse me if it's a little bit rusty, it's first thing in the morning and I haven't quite warmed up my lips. But I'll give you a demo. You can really hear the sound bouncing off all these beautiful old stone walls here in Adderbury St Mary's Church. Let's go and join Flo on the stage now to see what we're working with when you watch the film later tonight.
So, But Once a Year is based in a pub and a bar. So really importantly is our bar, which is featured in quite a few Voices Across Time productions. It's a veteran, as it were. This time round, we've got some little elements that change. See if you can spot them. There is one behind Joe's head.
Yes, here is the first. You might notice that the title of our pub/bar changes throughout the show to match the period we are in. Here's one of them, the Yule House. See if you can work out what period that might be from. It will help when you can see some of the fabulous costumes and the period movement later on. And here is one other one I made earlier. And this is the Yule and Crown. Now this is sort of no points for working out what date it is because it actually says here, established 1818. And you'll see this coming towards the end of Act 1. So I hope you'll be finding yourselves an enjoyable drink to join us at our bar tonight.
I think that's everything we've got to show you.
I think so.
Grab a drink, grab some popcorn, get singing, get dancing.
Relax and enjoy the show.
Goodbye.
Bye.